The ice is set up since I was flooding it day before yesterday with the 80 gallon a minute pump. It did a good job kind of getting first season pass, but you saw the challenges I was having with it. So today I'm going to go over it the way I usually do it with an electric pump to kind of just put like a Zamboni level of ice down, really start to smooth it out, because we have you know, details that just bump everywhere, tracks from the snowblower, the edge is all chopped up. And there's some ridges here that I don't really want to put a ton of water down. Start smoothing this out. And you also see over here there's some places that I really didn't get a lot of cleanup. I mean, there's an inch lip there. And a few more. But it is starting to clean up nice. I was skating on it a little bit today. Down the end here, we get water that comes off the grade of the land and freezes on top of the ice and makes these big ridges. This area is always a little tough until it really gets cold out. And actually, right here, no, that's beautifully smooth. I was gonna say it looks wet, but it's like glass. And you can see in the reflection of the light there, some of the chop on the ice. So what I typically do is I have an electric pump, does about 80 gallons an hour. I'd have to check on it, but it hooks up to just garden hose, so a good rigid garden hose, doesn't collapse. So this has been my kit here, and really the trick of this is to get it out and get it pumping before you drag this through the snow, and it freezes everything up inside. But the pump is literally this guy here. And I'll plug that pump in and drop it into the water outlet there that's still holding, not freezing, with just this little bit of insulation, so to say. And fortunately I have power behind that tree right there, so I'm just gonna run 25 foot of power. I have a 25 foot intake hose and a 50 foot outlet hose, and this pond is about 80 feet long, so I should be able to cover it with a real nice thin layer. And I have hit around these tires just to kind of get a little ice, seal these in so the water doesn't leak out and run out, so that I can actually cover this whole thing, you know, with a 1/4 inch of water. And it'll be nice when I do, because the low areas will get it like it's self-leveling, and this thing will come out like a sheet of glass. You know, I'm gonna try a few different things today. I've always just plugged that little electric pump right into 110 to power it off an outside electrical outlet. But I do have a small 800 watt 2-stroke generator, which would be a lot easier than laying out electrical cords, probably a lot safer too. And I also have a portable battery jumper box. I'm gonna try both of those options, see if either of those make things a little more portable, a little easier to use. Because right now it's 25 degrees Fahrenheit, which isn't great for making ice, a little bit warm, but gives me a nice opportunity to experiment and see about getting things better for the days when I come out here to make ice when it's 10 degrees Fahrenheit with the wind blowing. So let's find my little generator. Here we go. I've had this thing for years. A little knockoff 800 watt, I guess maybe 950, but under load, it's not pushing that. I do have the air filter off because I tend to have to start this with a shot of ether, so it could use some work. But I think it's got some old 50-to-1, so we'll see if we can make this power the pump. Might make for a little more portable solution. For the intake, I just get this guy down underneath the ice Literally just like that. And this outflow is just about what this thing will pump out as well. So I can pump for a long time without taking more water out from under the ice than is coming in and causing the ice to crack and sag like the other day. And I'll just put that there to pinch the hose so I don't pull it off. Let me lay this out. Another thing that I like to do is put the hose on some kind of piece of pipe or shovel handle, something like that, so I can hold it out and coat the ice. I usually just tie it down with some bread ties, or these actually where you came with the hose for securing the hose. And today I actually just have a piece of pipe. Literally nothing fancy. It just keeps the hose straightened out so I can hold it out in front of me and kind of paint the ice back and forth. Yeah, just like that. You know, I thought this had a 110 out. It actually has a 110 in for charging. So I can charge USB, but I'm certainly not going to power the pump with this. So this one's a bust. I think this fuel has gone to jelly, so I'm gonna have to drain it out before I can do anything with it. All right, little generator won't start up. Near as I can tell, it's been sitting for a long time. This two-stroke here, and even though it had fuel stable in it, it's been sitting a long time. At the very least, I gotta drain that fuel out of there. It's actually really clean inside. Float needle. That's able to move. There. That moves up and down. Really clean. You know, I'm not actually going to clean this guy. I'm going to drain the fuel. Put it back together. I'm going to wipe out the bowl though, because that had that white jelly. Gas that it's sitting in before I go too far. How about that? Ugh, something tells me working in a puddle of gas might not be my finest moment. Yeah, look at that. No leaks. See if we can stretch this out as far as we can go here. So that's not bad. That's a little easier than pulling out and running electrical off the trees and across the water and the ice. A little noisier. Ordinarily I don't have this much time to get things set up because it's so cold the water freezes in the hose. As soon as you drag that hose across the ice or the snow, if there's any water in it, it sets up fast. Once it's flowing, it's fine. That's it, setting up better. There's still going to be a few spots, and really we're still in December, and really we don't get the good cold ice until January. And again, it's actually the first time I've ever done this with temperature above 10 or 12 degrees, which is why my fingers aren't freezing in the water and everything. So this will end up setting up overnight, where if I do this on a 10-degree day, and especially if there's a little breeze, this would be frozen, set up, and skatable in 15 minutes because it's just a glass on top. I do like the generator idea instead of running electric cords. I'll actually put a link to this little guy, this little 800-watt knockoff. Ran that pump just fine. Really no strain, no stress. And that makes this thing really portable. It's funny, that always seems like it's so thin. And so I've been running this pump for about an hour, and with this pond outlet, it looks like I have just pulled the water out from it running out of drain. So I've stopped it at a good spot for coating this pond, because I also don't want to pull out more water and again crack the ice down, because even now as I'm coating it, the water's flowing to the middle. So I've got about a ½ inch in the middle and nothing at the sides, so hard to get a good glass on it when that's going on. But yeah, you've got a little pond and you want to do a little bit of a ice resurfacing throughout the winter. This works well. Couple of hoses, little pump, and this little generator also quite nice if you didn't have electric to run out. So until next time, hope you found that helpful. We do get some nice ice out of here. The nephews love skating on it. I skate on it. Just always a trick to maintain ice in the winter, and this is the best way I've found. So really between the big pump and this little pump, the little pump does a better job. It takes longer, but you get better quality. You've seen some of the challenges I had with the big pump. It'd be nice if I had something in between, but something in between might still drain the pond faster than I'm replenishing it. I think ultimately I'll add a little more hose because I have a hard time reaching all the way to the end down there with 75 feet of hose. I really need 100 feet of hose to be able to do this.